There once was a rabbit named Rodrigo. He had no ears. This is a story on how rabbits got their ears. Rodrigo lived in a quiet, peaceful place, but he later got found out by a pack of wolves that chased him out of his home. After running away for many weeks, he later found a village with many other rabbits. Rodrigo wanted to socialize with the other rabbits, but he didn't know how to since he was alone for a very long time, so instead he later just decided to listen on their conversations. The god was not very happy for Rodrigo, because he would always cause trouble for always trying to listen in onto the conversations. The god decided to teach Rodrigo a lesson for trying to listen in to everyone's conversations, so he made Rodrigo's appetite only carrots. Rodrigo woke up that morning feeling very excited to meet everyone again. Although the god punished him, he had no care for the god's punishment. He just continued to walk to the village to hear everyone's conversations again. Once Rodrigo got to the village, he saw the two other rabbits and decided to listen on to their conversation. Rodrigo was later caught by the god, and the god was very furious with Rodrigo. The god made him go on a journey to the woods to find a special rock for him. On the long journey, Rodrigo decided to not only look for the rock, but he also decided to look around the place. Rodrigo later found a bunch of yummy food and decided to eat all of the food in his sight. After Rodrigo was done eating all of the food in his sight, he looked terrible and became obese. He was very upset with himself. So he decided to change and ask for the gods' forgiveness. The gods gave him one more chance and decided to forgive him and showed him the way back home. Rodrigo had a long journey ahead of him, and since he was so obese, it made it harder for him to walk around because he was so big, which made him slower. After Rodrigo's long journey, he finally reached the village and was happy because he was no longer obese. Rodrigo saw the other rabbits and decided to listen to the god, and he promised himself that he would not listen to their conversation. When Rodrigo was walking past the rabbits, he heard the other rabbits talking bad about him, which made him curious and he decided to listen to the conversation. Rodrigo was later caught by all the rabbits. All the rabbits were very upset with Rodrigo. When the god showed up, he was very mad at Rodrigo. He thought that Rodrigo had finally learned his lesson, but he was wrong about him. The god was also very upset at the other rabbits because they were talking bad about Rodrigo, which made Rodrigo more curious to listen on to their conversations. The god was disappointed in Rodrigo and all the rabbits, so he took action and decided to give all the rabbits big long ears as their punishment. And this is the story on how rabbits got their ears.